Dangote has cried out to, if you are making life difficult for me, there's no way I will invest. This is coming from Dangote. Billionaire businessman Aliko Dangote has appealed to African countries to give visa on entry to Nigerians and citizens to other African countries. He said this will boost trade and business on the continent. The Dangote Group CEO, who spoke at the 30th Afrexim Bank annual meeting held in Accra, Ghana on Sunday, June 18, stated that if the continent was committed to boosting inter and intra-African trade and investment opportunities, they should support visa on arrival. He said, I think what maybe African countries need to do is that, why don't you give Africans visa on arrival? That will facilitate trade. He suggested sharing a scenario where one has to get a visa to get into a country A as an African. Recounting an experience he faces personally, the businessman described a situation where we go with a British guy or maybe a Nigerian holding British passport and is allowed in. We were arguing, debating about my visa, and I am the one with the money. If you are making life difficult for me, there's no way I will go and I will invest. He added. Also present at the event were former President Olusegun Obasanjo, Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka, and former Industry, Trade and Investment Minister Niyi Adebayo. And of course, a lot of things have been happening even in Nigeria, where they said Tinubu has ruined his investment or his fortune, and somebody has taken over his position, being the first, the richest man in Africa, and a South African man has taken that due to the devaluation of a naira. The devaluation of naira was talked about last month or so, and the CBN, the new leaders of CBN denied it, but at the end of the day, we saw that it is true. We know it is true, and apart from him speaking in the African whatever, the thing has really affected him. This is what we are hearing. And also, if they make a life difficult for him, not only in Africa, even in Nigeria, because you can see that this matter or this statement is being spoken in parable. And a lot of people have been saying that this Dangote refinery and all of that, NNPC had told Nigerians. Everybody was happy. Yes, the DC is in Lagos. Hey, now that we have this Dangote refinery is going to help Nigeria. Even the TCN never even started. Buhari just went there to go and commission nothing. They were not even ready. He just did that so that it will look as if he just wanted to do all manner of nonsense and rubbish. At the end of the day, where is it? But the NNPC had told Nigerians not to depend on that, so that Dangote's refinery will not help or will not reduce the fuel price. And some people have the opinion that the man said not being get the money. Majority of all these politicians, their hand they inside this whole thing. Dangote is a selfish man, and a lot of reactions, even with these statements. He's a selfish man, selfish human being. How much is the price of product? Cement is 4,800 naira. Okay, did you bring it down for Nigerians? Okay, Dangote refinery belongs to Nigerian government. All the money he claimed to be the richest man is central bank money. He needed to be property. He needed to be properly investigated by EFCC and ICPC. How did it become? How do you know it's a government money? If you think it's a government money, the ICPC and EFCC, do you think they work in isolation? Do you think they work differently, or they are independent? Is it not the same government that you want them to go and investigate him? The people will be saying them. The way some people talk, they always talk as if they will have a reasonable and sensible people at the helm of affair in this country. But Dangote, you are ripping Nigeria dry for money. Every state you set your business in, the people languishes in penury and abject degradation of their environment. For me, you destroy more than what you give to the people or the country. It is not clear that you were the one that advised Buhari to grant visa on entry to Nigeria that eventually brought in several Fulani terrorists. I suspect this Dangote is sponsoring terrorists in Nigeria. By the time it will not be in the good book of the so-called governments of the day, you begin to hear all manner of things, just like they are telling you about they are linking terrorism with Emefiele now. Just relocate. After all, Buhari, that has been borrowing the nation's money to fund your refinery, has relocated. Go now. You are destroying our economy. You want to enjoy monopoly of everything. As an experienced and successful businessman, I believe I will believe Mr. Aliko Dangote more than all the world professors of business administration and management summed together. But in terms of investigating my enemy, there are trillions of ways of knowing who they are. The best and a way that cannot fail is when we walk in tandem with the Holy Spirit. He is the best teacher. He takes the place of the of our rabbi. Why we disciple? Me, I know all my enemies. I know I only walk with Jehovah, God's command. What is this one talking about? Dangote, Holy Spirit. Ah, we don't even need your investment again. You have taken us back. Go and rest. Do Igbos add pen in his business activities? Do you think Dangote's money is owned by collective people? You need medical rehabilitation program. We see Igbo can't get to do with the complaint of Dangote in African countries now. Keep quiet. So many Nigerian criminals are not hiding under him. You be one of them. Now they won't sell our beloved country, but e no go work. Time shall tell. Errant nonsense. The danger of a monopolized investing on an individual. It is not too late to build a national structure in the best location for maximum outputs and profits. I'm beginning to hate this man that uses people's money to get wealth and popularity. And this is why all you all a Dangote. I have been receiving dollars directly from CBN at the official exchange rate, which is almost half of the market rate at which other manufacturers receive the same dollar to import raw materials or finished products. How has this difference reflected in the local or retail price of your product? Your products still sell at the same price with the products of other local manufacturers. So you are a cheat and a selfish capitalist. You deserve to be prosecuted. I beg, stop if you can't perform under competitive environment and move to another climes that embrace monopolist economic practice. Our Mumu don't do. Our Mumu never do. If those who are at the end of the fair are doing the nonsense.